Hello and good evening to the next season, or to the start of the current season here of the Apex Online Racing Crossplay Championship, or GT3 Crossplay Championship. And it's meanwhile season 6. And let's see who takes part of this season. So we have Jared and of course Jans, two of the drivers who win the 24 hours of the Nürburgring last weekend, together with Konstantin, Kampik and Paul. So I think we will see 3 winners of the 24 hours. So let's see. Oh, I can't see Paul Hitler at the moment, so maybe he's not part of this season. I'm not sure. Oh, here is Paul, so he's on P5. And I'm not sure on which place Toby and I think it was Patrice de Rijk and Chris Egert Olympianen. So at least 6 drivers of today. Oh, and I think Atti Klaassen were part of the Apex Online Racing AM team too. So I think the... Oh, and Overtaker, Mr. Overtaker was part of the Baltic Sim Hub team. So I think it's 8 drivers of 32. So 1/4 of all the drivers today are taking part in the 24 hours. Sorry. After a little break, my English is not getting better. Probably it's getting more worse. I don't know. So I try my best that you can understand me. So, and we have a new driver, it's Gailey. Gailey, so let's see who is this. It's not the only new driver, like I see. It's Adrian Gailey, or Gali maybe, and he's from France. And the French driver on P2. And we have Martin Huyans, Toby Blades and Paul Wiedler, Victor Hammerlund, one of the Nordic drivers, I think one of the Swedish drivers, and Van Hoyle, one of the Honda drivers. So let's see. Maybe it's a Dutch driver. Oh no, it's Jorbe van Hoyle, and it's a Belgium driver, or a driver from Belgium. Then we have, I think it's Robert Smith. And of course he's from the United States of America, so I think it's yes, Mr. CIA. And I think we have Adrian Winters. No, I'm not sure, so let's see. Andy Winters, the English driver, and Giacomo Besana. Here I'm pretty sure that the Italian driver in his pink fluffy Fefe. And he's on P6 at the moment. By the way, if you didn't realize it, today we are in Spain at the circuit the Barcelona-Catalunya. So, to be exactly, we are in Catalonia, not in Spain. So then we have Jorbe van Hoyle, Robert Smith, and sure, Chapman, another driver we already knew or know from the last season. Lloyd Chapman, another British driver, and he lost the place because Overtaker comes up to P5. Finish his training. So then we have Patrice Derick, and not sure if it is Oliver. Oh, and we have a lot of Swedish drivers this season. Oh my goodness! But I can't find Frisk. Ah, Oscar Frisk. It's not Oliver. Then Stephen Archibald. I think it's Stephen. It's another. I think it's a Scottish driver, but I'm not sure.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Yeah, it's Stephen Archibald from Scotland. So, and here we have Gali, and the next Swedish driver, and it's Svenningsson. And sorry, no other name is more Swedish than Svenningsson. Then we have Toby and Oscar, other Swedish driver, Paul, Jorbe van Hoyle, the Belgium Honda driver, Jasmine from South Africa, Andy Winters, Robert Smith, Martin Huyans from the Netherlands, then Victor Hammerlund, the next Swedish driver, yes, of course. Then Stephen Archibald. I'm not sure if it's Scholt Barabas from Hungary. Roland Jordan, also coming from Hungary. Then we already have Lloyd Chapman, and here we have Vukasovic, and this is Milos Vukasovic, and I'm not sure where he's coming from. It's ME, and a quite interesting leg. I think it's Macedonia, but I'm not sure. Here we have Giacomo Besana, then Kelly Slater. I'm pretty sure that it's Kelly Slater. But not 100%. Kendall. Oh, it's Kendall Slater, sorry. And another new driver, it's Fierou. And this is Christian Fierou from Romania. And René Lornon, maybe it's another French. No, is it French? No, it's a Dutch driver. So René Länen, maybe? Fabian Radek, the German driver, so I know him and the name. Then we have Patrice Derick, next Belgian driver. Mihaly, I think it's no, it's Laszlo Mihaly, the next Hungarian driver in the Aston Martin. Then Big Jeff, Jeffrey van Buren, the next Dutch driver. Then Atti Klaassen, the second driver coming from South Africa. And of course Le Normand, and I'm a little bit sad that it's not Le and Normand separated, because since Saturday I know that there is a Spanish football player with who's called Le Normand. And by the way, Sepp Le Normand is our French driver here. I don't know where he is, so sorry for this. Well, this is not this is Le Normand, and he's currently on P5, followed by Hammerlund, Frisk, Winters, Radek, Svenningsson. So and now I think we can go to Misha Hamza, who is another Hungarian driver, I'm pretty sure. But again, not 100%. No, it's Muhammad Hamza, and sorry for this, he's totally not Hungarian. It's from Pakistan? In Germany we say Pakistan, so I'm not sure. So, and here we have another driver who I totally know. It's Chris Egert-Rünkjanen, and this time it's the Estonian Lambo. So, the Estonian Hurricane. Not Hurricane, but Hurricane. And currently he's on P8 because Toby is on P1 and Overtaker jumps up to P2. And then we have Vermeulen and Gali. Now we have Paul in P2 or on second place. And yeah, we have Len and we have Drik, we have Hamza, so let's talk about Iris. And then Iris, another driver I probably know, but I don't know from which race. Maybe also because of this weekend. And then we have Shin, only Shin. I can tell you that he's another French driver, but I can tell you nothing more. Okay, it's Shin 69, so maybe he's, sorry about this, he's really old because he's older than me and a lot of years, and I'm pretty old. So, by the way, meanwhile we have another or new leader. Because after Toby could stay in the lead a long time, Martin were able to be 85 thousandths of a second faster than his fellow countryman. So 2 Dutch drivers in the lead, and then the British driver on P3. And I'm pretty interested in if there is okay, and this time we have no team where Toby is part of. Last time he was the teammate of Chris Egert. And we have the Angriest Sim Racers again, which is Jared and Martin. And we have 2 in the pink, Oskar Frisk and Viktor Hammerlund. You could say 2 Swedish guys in pink. Or in the pink. And we have OBH Hungary, which is Roland Jordan, I don't know, and Scholt Barabas. The Japanese Not Wheat Racing, it's Stephen Archibald and Lloyd Chapman. Shin Racing, it's Shin. Competition Racing from Fabian Radek, and Kellardor by Christian Yeru. So these are the only teams we have. Yeah, and meanwhile we have Jans Martin in the lead, and he's quite far away. It's more than 0.3 of a second. And then we have Overtaker on P2 and Toby on P3. These guys are only 600ths and a little bit of a seconds behind each other. And then we have exactly 200ths of a second between Jared and Toby, but Jared is now 200ths and 2,000ths of a second faster than his teammate, than Martin. So we have Jared and Martin, and then we have Overtaker and Toby, followed by Paul. Then we have Adrien, maybe Gali. I think it's a French guy, so maybe it's Adrien. And then we have the Italian driver Giacomo Besana in front of the American guy in the American car. So American guys drive American cars, and the problem is that the Swedish driver is not able to drive a Swedish car because there is no GT3 from Saab, or maybe from not Aston, it's Volvo. So he picks the Honda. Und Dolly, einen wunderschönen guten Abend auch an dich. Du müsstest das ja als altgewohnter Zuschauer kennen. Dienstag ist ja ein bisschen Englisch mit Alex. Ah, mit Vincent. Das war... Ah gut, ihr wisst das ja alle. Das ist ja eigentlich kein Geheimnis. So, and while we are talking, Chapman was able to get in front of Drake. So, and this means the two teammates, Chapman and Archibald, now... Oh, and where is Archibald? Oh, he did not do any timed lap. So, pretty sure that he's trying to get one, like Shin. These are the only two drivers who weren't able to get a counted lap, or timed lap. Yeah, but he looks quite slow here at the straight between Hamza and the other Lakaisa. Ah no, it's Kamsa and Lakaisa. Now he's going through Europe car in the last chicane. Why he is so slow? Maybe he's just waiting for the guy in front of him. And now he's the only driver without a time. So we have Shin on P30, and we are going through turn 1, which is called Elf, and Renault turn 2. Then here the long right turn 3. The very short straight up to Repsol, turn 4. And then turn 5. And through turn 6 into the S corner, turn 7 and 8, and now we're coming through Kamsa, turn 9, be careful not to get out here, and then we're straight up to Lakaisa. Then turn 11 and turn 12, Bank de Zabadell. And then again Europe car. And the chicane turned 15 and 14. Oh, 14 and 15, and this was sad. Because now he's not able to do a lap. So the Scottish driver starting from P32. Bad luck. And the two angriest sim racer unite with again P1 and 2. But while I'm talking about this, I think last season we don't know if... Oh no, they don't finish P1 or 2, I think. Or P1, I think none of them. I think this was the I say surprise for the last race, that this was the only race where none of these two drivers would win, or am I wrong? I'm really not sure. Damn. Yeah, but looking forward for this season. So, and I think maybe there is a little change, maybe. But Jared is coming in front of Martin, so we could stay with Jared. Toby on P4, which is a fantastic result. Less than 600ths of a second slower than Overtaker. And Zepp Lenormand P16 and Overtaker. Okay, now it's a little bit more than 600ths of a second, and let's see if Jared is able to do another... Yeah, and he's over 0.2 of a second faster than in his fastest lap, and let's see if Martin is able to do it as his teammate, and no he isn't, so he stays behind Jared and stays 0.2 of a second behind his teammate. So we have Jared and Martin in front of Overtaker and Toby. Then in the third row we have Fiedler and Adrien Galli. Jeffrey van Buren on P7, followed by Giacomo Besana, the Italian driver. Then the first Swedish driver with Hammerlund, followed by the first Belgium driver, Van Hoyle, then Smith, followed by Swenningsson, Chapman, Durick, Sepp Lenormand, Oscar Frisk, Andy Winters, Chris Eger-Durinkjanen only on P18. We have Mohamed Hamza, I think, and Kazovic, followed by Ares, the first BMW, I think, so really far behind on P21. Then Bolt Barabas, followed by Radek, Jordan and Klaassen, Slater, Mihaly, Fierou, Chin, Lennon and Archibald on P31. So we lost a driver. I think we have 32. Maybe he's coming back, so let's see. But I do a little commercial break. Then we are here together with 1 hour of finest race action. So see you or hear you in a few minutes, or in a minute.
30 seconds.
So, and welcome back.
20 seconds.
And 20 seconds till the start of the introduction lap.
10 seconds.
So, and let's hope that there will be a good start and no problems or any here in the first corners. Overtaker geht das Ganze hier schon mal ganz rabiat an. Der ist schon mal up and away und wartet dann hier erstmal. So, Overtaker was faster than they are and needs to wait here. Germany, we say, macht hin, die Jungs, wir essen zeitig. So, but this time he stays a little bit in the back. Ganz genau. Dolly, wie geht es dir? Hast du das Wochenende gut überstanden? So, and we're in the last sector. So, okay. Welches 24er? Wo soll es hingehen? Da waren ja die 24 Stunden vom Nürburgring bei der Endurance League, wie schon gesagt. Ja, und jetzt geht's ja auch voll in die Endurance-Saison. Wochenende Le Mans und am kommenden Wochenende ja dann geht's auf den Nürburgring. So, and here we have the start. Oh, and the angriest sim racer are trying to hold their position, and Overtaker with the pass to the grass. Oh, and here we have and Giacomo Besana was kicked out. I think he was kicked out. And there are a lot of and another big hit here between Giacomo and one of the Honda drivers. Not sure if it is, yeah, it's Svenningsson. son. Also Lenormand with big problems. And Mihaly with a drive-through penalty because of the start, and I think Overtaker could take the lead, and I don't only think this, I see this. Ah, Nordschleife bei NEC, alles klar. And here we have the attack from Jared on the outside. Oh, and look at this, he's really faster in the corners. And this brings him the lead. Toby is also in front of one of the angriest sim racers unite, so he's in front of Hylians. Then we have Wiedler and Gali, and these 6 drivers are a little bit away from the rest of the field, and we have the next attack by Overtaker, this time against Jared here on the straight, but Jared were able to defend the first position. And I think here in the next, or in this part of the track, the Fefe is faster than the Mustang. And like I said, we have a big gap between Gali and Winters. Oh, and Winters with the mistake here in the Seat corner. And this brings Vukasovic. No, this brings Van Hoyle on the 7th position, followed by Driek, who were able to overtake Vukasovic here on the straight. And then we have Matic, followed by Barabas and Radek. Then we have Frisk and Jordan. Slater on P15, Chris Egert-Rymbian on P16, Andy Winters, followed by Iris, Big Jeffrey Van Buren on P19, right in front. Oh, right in front of another Ferrari, and this is Shin. No, it's not Shin, it's also not Besana, I'm not sure. Who is right? Oh no, it's Jeffrey. Sorry for this. And then we have Archibald and Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey, but Chapman with the fight for P18, and he's now in front of the BMW. And meanwhile we have Jared, not 1 point, but nearly 1 second in front of Overtaker, and Overtaker 1.2 seconds in front of not Toby anymore, cause here is Martin now again on P3. Oh, und Markus, da bist du, also wo meinst du jetzt, für die NEC oder hier für die Apex-Jungs? Indem du einfach Apex Online Racing mal bei Google suchst, da kommst du auf die Internetseite, die apexonline.racing lautet, und da kannst du dann dich über Discord und alles mögliche anmelden. Aber das Problem ist, ja gut, das Sign-in ist theoretisch abgelaufen, aber ich glaube, da kann man sich auch für die laufende Saison noch anmelden. Also das sollte kein Problem sein. Also einfach auf einfach auf da. And Toby now on P4. in front of the next green Apex car. And then we have Adrien Gali, one of the new drivers, and he's on P6 right behind Paul and Toby and so on. And meanwhile we have a little gap between Martin and Toby, so Martin right behind Overtaker. And in the back we have Van Hoyle, the next new driver, so we have new drivers on P6 and P7. And this is the fight of the Belgium, so Van Hoyle and Patrice de Rijk, both Belgian drivers. One with the Honda, the other one with the Pfeffer, the Ferrari. And then we have Vukasovic fighting against Matic, so the next fight between Mustang and Ferrari, like the fight on the first 3 places. But Jans isn't able to get in the slipstream, so maybe he's waiting for a little mistake, or maybe for the tires. And the next fight we have between Frisk, the Swedish Mustang driver, and the German Mercedes, Radek. And then we have Jordan against Winters, and Winters now in front of the Hungarian Mustang, and behind these two we have the British driver who tries to stay behind his fellow countryman. Oh, and here in La Campsa. Then we have the next Dutch driver, Jeffrey van Buren, and the Estonian driver in the Lamborghini this time. This Egert Rünkjanen on P18, so again he lost 2 places again. I think he started P18, was able to get on P16, and now he's back on P18. Oh, and then we have Kendall Slater followed by Stephen Archibald. And he would win 11 places, started on P31. Then we have Iris fighting against Giacomo Besana, the Ferrari who had the big problems in turn 1. Then Robert Smith, followed by Artie Klaassen, Hamza, then Lenin, Amalun. These guys fighting each other. Hammerlund in front of Lenin, and then Vieru, Jin, Mihaly, and Lenormand and Swenningson already done with their mandatory pit stop. And Toby, oh, sorry for this, the next fight we missed, cause Overtaker, I think he might did this mistake I'm speaking over. So here we have the fight between Toby and Martin. Oh. No. Here he did the overtake in Repsol corner. This one. And that's... No, sorry, this was the wrong... No. Shit. Stupid as hell. So... Oh! This was fast. It was already at the end of the straight. Oh! And looks like... Overtaker let him pass. Also das sah verdächtig nach einem... Ach, so, and here we have the fight between Toby and Overtaker. The fight for the third place. And we have another fight, Gali, now in front of Paul. So I think there was a mistake by Paul, cause they more than 4 seconds behind Toby and Overtaker. And and I think we have also the fight between Gali and Paul. And Paul stays behind Adrian. And Van Hoyle at the moment more than a second in front of Patrice Derry. And Matic were able to overtake Vukasovic, is now on P9. And Vukasovic on the 10th place. And Barabas is fighting against Radek, Frisk and Winters. And Jordan right in front of Van Buren and Rünkjanen. And we have a 30 seconds stop and go penalty for Mohamed Hamza, who was a little bit too fast in the pit lane. And here we have the train starting with Matic, then Vukasovic. Oh, and here we have the fight between Frisk and I think it's Winters, yes. At the moment we have Frisk in front of Winters. But this isn't Jordan right behind them. Who is it? Is it Big Jeff? No. Oh, or is it... Oh, who is the... I think it's a left car. Maybe it's Lenormand. Yeah, it is Lenormand. So the French driver right behind P14. Oh, and here we have the Belgium Honda, Van Hoyle, who did a mistake in turn 1 and lost a lot of positions, coming from P7, is now on P14. Really bad for him, bad luck for him. Und hier haben wir den Angriff. Winters now in front of Frisk. So the black Mustang was overtaking the pink one. And Radek still right behind the GTR. Oh, and what happens? No, nothing. I'm just a little bit blind. I couldn't see Winters. Oh, and why did they do this always when I don't watch? And I think this time it was in front of La Caixa. No, it was here in the Seat corner. So it was right behind Overtaker in Repsol, and the better exit, and so he could go on the inside, and then he was able to stay in front till the S corners. This brings Toby on P3. Also Tobi auf 3, davor die beiden Angry Sim Racer, dann Overtaker, Leon Galli, der französische Neueinsteiger auf 5, dann Paul, Dristerik auf 7, Matic auf 8, Vukasovic auf 9. Durch den Fehler von Van Heule. Radek jetzt schon auf der 10, fightet aber mit Winters gerade. Oh, ist also zurückgefallen auf die 11. Denn Winters auf 10. Barabbas auf 12 sogar, nee, auf 13 sogar zurückgefallen. Denn Frisk auf 12, Barabbas 13. Dann Van Heule, der kommt von P14 im Moment nicht weg. Und dann haben wir Chris Eger-Drünkianen auf der 15, Kendall Slater auf 16, Steven Archibald auf 17, auf 18 Giacomo Besana, 19. Lloyd Chapman, der aber gerade weit geht und wahrscheinlich den Roland Jordan vor. Nein, das war nicht Jordan, okay. Chapman bleibt also auf 19, Jordan dann auf 20. Jeffrey Van Buren zurückgefallen auf 21, Robert Smith auf 22, Jeru 23, René Länen auf 24, Mihali auf 25 und Atti Klaassen an der Box. Damit Iris hier doch nicht mit der Möglichkeit. Oh, aber Klaassen muss noch mal rein und Klaassen fällt schon zurück. Klaassen ist scheinbar an die Box gesprungen und geht jetzt auch ganz raus. Lenormand auf 27, Hammerlund auf 28, Svenningsson auf 29 und Mohamed Hamza auf der 30. Ja, und ganz vorne Jared mit großem Abstand, über 3 Sekunden. So Jared more than 3 seconds in the lead, and we have a drive-through penalty because of the track limits, and it's Mohamed Hamza. We have the fight between Jordan and Van Buren, but the Mustang could avoid any attack. And meanwhile we have at least a second between all the drivers. No, we have no second between Barabbas and Van Heule. Oh, and I think this was a mistake, yeah. So a lot of pressure by the Belgium Honda, and Barabbas with the mistake. This brings Van Heule up to P13 again. And behind Van Heule we have the French Ferrari. So this is Lenormand And then comes on P14 now Chris Eger-Drynkjanen. This means he was able to win 4 places again. And Toby, meanwhile, more than 2 seconds in front of Overtaker, but also more than 7 seconds behind the second angriest sim racer. Here we have another fight between Slater and Giacomo Besana. Here we have Jordan fighting against Van Buren and Barabbas. So Barabbas fell back to P21, so some bad laps for him. And I think, meanwhile, Overtaker needs to look in the mirror because Gali is coming from behind. Less than 2 seconds behind the fastest Mustang, between 6 Ferraris. And only 1.6 seconds at the end of lap 13. A long time to go. Here we have Archibald with pressure from behind, Besana and Slater. Nice one. I just muted myself. Yeah, we saw the pit stop by Overtaker, and now we have the pit stop by our second, or by our number 2. So, and yeah, meanwhile, because of the pit stop from Martin, we have Toby on P2. More than 12 seconds behind our leader. And yeah, this is quite amazing. Jared is getting faster every season. And meanwhile, also Martin is getting problems to get in front of his teammate. So, and now we have the pit stop by our 2 leading cars. Let's see. Oh, and what is this? Oh no, come on! Number 25, this is Jeru, and what did he do there? Oh no, and I think this will cost Toby at least 1 position, so... Oh, just... Oh, wait again. Damn, where is Toby? Ah, damn. So here we have Toby. And we couldn't do anything. Meanwhile, he's behind Paul. Now look at this. Oh, what? No. Okay, and with a little power he's getting through. But what was this? Why? Interesting. Really sad for Toby because he lost a lot of positions. He's now behind Jared and Martin and Overtaker and Paul and Matic on P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I think at least Gali will stay in front of him. And it's not only Gali, also Riek and Radek stays in front of Toby. So this is really... Oh, maybe... Yeah, okay, and here comes Radek. Maybe Radek fell back behind Toby, but not really far. Yeah, bad news for Toby, and Jared already 4.7 seconds in front of his teammate. He is more than 12 seconds in front of Overtaker, who is able to win back the third position. Then we have Leon Gali, the French driver in the Ferrari, on at the moment P6, but like we see, we have the pit stop from Vukasovic and waiting for the pit stop from Chris Egert. And then he will be on the 4th place. 1.5 seconds in front of Paul, and then look how much time Toby lost. It's more than 20 seconds. So really sad. Now he's 2.2 seconds in front of Winters. We have Radek and Van Hoyle on the 13th place. Maybe he's able to win 1 or 2 places. Against Vukasovic and Chris Egert-Rünkjanen. Yeah, stays in front of Vukasovic, so now he's on P12. And it could be quite small, not small, but what? Yeah, small time slot between Chris Egert and Van Hoyle when it's coming to the pit stop from Chris Egert. So let's see. And here we have the next fight between Lenormand and Hammerlund and Chapman. So the Swedish against the French against the English driver or British driver. And here we have the Swedish against the American, I think, and the Dutch driver. Okay, now it's the Dutch driver against the Scottish driver. Because meanwhile we have more than a second between Jeffrey and Kendall. Oh, I'm not sure if this is another American driver. No, it's a British driver, so sorry for the American. And Paul fighting against Gali. Less than a second, and Winters now behind, 3.8 seconds behind Toby, who is 6 seconds behind Matic. Paul again more than a second behind the French driver. Oh no, I think it's less than a second. They have some back markers behind and in front. So maybe this is the reason why the distances are switching between less and more than a second. And Chris Egert only 6.3 seconds in front of Jared. Also, he wasn't in the pits already, or not already, till now. Ooh, and this was quite interesting. But Toby is getting closer to Matic, and whoa, this time Paul takes it serious and says, not again, my dear Honda friend. I think it's Svenningsson. Yeah, it is, because it's Mihaly right behind these two drivers. And Archibald fighting against Van Buren, but also still behind. And Ayres against Hammerlund. And Radek now behind Van Hoyle. Which means this Egert isn't able to get out the pits in front of the Belgium driver. He will get into the top 10. Paul now more than 2 seconds behind Gali. So lost a lot of time. Maybe the car has a little damage. And Archibald right behind Jeffrey van Buren. Toby 4.1 seconds behind Matic. More than 18 minutes to go. This is Kendall Slater here, the blue Ferrari, right in front of Van Buren and Archibald. And now we have the pit stop from the Estonian driver, and let's see if Van Heulen is able to get on the 10th place. I'm pretty sure, cause we are here on board C. I'm pretty sure that he is in front of Chris Egert, but I'm not sure. Where is Chris Egert Olympianen? Let's see. Yeah, and he's far behind these two drivers. Now on P13 between Frisk and Slater. This means Toby now on the 8th place. And he tries to get closer to Matic. Less than 4 seconds. 3.7 seconds left. 16 minutes to go. Gali is losing against Overtaker. Let's see if Paul is getting closer. It's only 3.5 seconds, so 3.5 seconds between Paul and Adrien Gali. Maybe the crash was hard enough to slow down the car, so he lost at least, I think, nearly a second against Gali, but 0.2 seconds. I think he wins against Paul. What is this? Let's see. Nearly exactly 3 seconds between Toby and Matic. The Mustang in front of him. I don't want to say Matic all the time, but I can't remember the first name, so I take a little look. Bosidar Matic. So it's Toby against Bosidar. And it's the green Mustang. And I'm not sure which or who is the Ferrari. Oh, and a little mistake here from Toby, and I think it's Hamza. Yeah, it's Mohamed Hamza. We have the fight between Jordan and Barabbas. And this is a fight between two Hungarian drivers and the GTR. Now in front of the Mustang. And Archibald still fighting against Van Buren. Oh, and there was a car standing. It's the number 84. And I'm not sure who is it. We don't have a 84, so. Oh, and yes, we have a 84, and this was Frisk. Frisk with a little mistake here at the end of the last lap. And Giacomo Besana fighting against Vukasovic. Toby less than 3 seconds behind Bosidar. And Archibald still fighting against Jeffrey. And Chapman is attacking Hammerlund. And here we have the attack by the Italian driver, and whose fault? I'm not sure if this is Giacomo's fault. I think he gave Vukasovic the space. He is cutting into the Italian driver, but I'm not sure. I'm only the guy who's talking about this, and not only that Toby is getting closer to Matic, but also Matic is getting closer to Patrice Deric, also only 2.8 seconds left. By the way, Paul isn't getting closer to Adrian Galli, already 6 point blah seconds. But only 11 minutes left, so I'm not sure that Toby is able to attack Bozidar, or Bozidar is able to attack Patrice. So let's see. Oh, and here it's getting really close between Jordan and Barabbas, and Jordan back in front of Jolt Barabbas, Roland Jordan. So it's really close between the two Hungarian drivers, and this is the time for the American driver. Of course, because of the fight of these two, he's able to get closer and is now less than half of a second behind these two. And then we have Hammerlund against Chapman. Oh, and I think his car is a little bit damaged, and this a little disadvantage for the American driver. And Archibald's still fighting against Jeffrey. And Toby less than 2 seconds behind Bozidar and Matic. 10 minutes left, so let's see. Also das kann hier überall nochmal knapp werden. Chris Egert zum Beispiel kämpft gerade mit Radek. Estland gegen Deutschland. Fußball wäre das ziemlich klar, dass wir da aktuell Estland gewinnen. Oh, verdammt, ich bin wieder nicht im Dingenskirchen. Ich glaube, die haben das hier auch gar nicht. Verdammt. Das wäre jetzt eh zu spät. Ja, aber hier hat sich der Ester auch Platz 1 geholt. Gut, das war nicht sehe da. Ärgerlich. Yeah, so Chris Egert now in front of the German driver. Van Hoyle on P10, Winters P9, Patrice Deric on the 8th place, so he lost 2 positions. So Toby already on P7, so what is this? is this? This isn't Matic. Oh. Is he still? No. I think he's already behind. So let's see. The mistake must happen this lap. Oh, and here we see it. At Europcar, he lost his car. Sorry. And so he lost the 2 positions. Let's hope that damage isn't as big as... or that he lost some more positions. Now he is 2.6 seconds in front of Winters. And Toby right behind Rosidar Matic, so now we have a fight here. And I hate this big spoiler. Sorry, I think it's the same word in English like in German. Gali, only 2 seconds behind Overtaker again. And this is the problem for Toby. The Mustang is really faster on the straight than the Ferrari, so maybe the only option is to attack in the corners, like we see here in turn 3. He's really faster in every corner. And Barabbas still fighting against Jordan. Oh, and Van Hoyle with the next big mistake. Losing at least 6 positions, no 7, now on P17. Oh, and this is really sad for the Belgian driver at his first race here at the Apex Online Crossplay Championship. And Gali only 1.2 seconds behind Overtaker, so maybe we have another newcomer on the podium. Oh, and fingers crossed that nothing gone wrong here. Oh, Toby, what are you doing? Playing with my heart, or with my nerves. And now Smith again behind the 2 Hungarian drivers. But like we see, his car is totally broke and he had no chance on the straight. And again, he lost a lot of time. I think they are on the straight right now. It's less than 3/10 between Barabbas and Jordan, and again 1 second between Smith and Barabbas. And Gali 1.1 seconds behind Overtaker, and here we have 6/10 of a second between Matic and Blades. Oh, and Patrice de Rijk now on P9. Lost another position against Chris Egert-Rünkjanen. Oh, and like you see, the car's really broken, so I think he lost a lot of time. And let's take a look for Van Hoyle's car. And this looks totally good, but he lost a lot of positions because of the mistake we didn't see. And is Toby able to attack in any corner? Or in irgendeiner? I don't know. Van Hoyle fighting for P16 against Vukasovic. Oh, and this was a little bit too hard. And this is why Toby let Matic go. So, and here we have our leading car, Jasmine, who wasn't beatable today. Okay, in the first, or at the first meters, we have the lead by Overtaker, but I think it doesn't need one lap till Jared could get back on the first position or in the first position, and then he was not first all the time, but at least the first one of the guys who did their mandatory stop. And yeah, without any problems. Oh, and Gali right behind Overtaker, but we go back to Jared, who wins the first race. I think like last season, but I'm not sure. Martin on P2, like we see Jordan in front of Barabas and Smith, P18, 19 and 20. Here we have Jurjans on P2, and here we have the fight for the third position between Overtaker and Adrien Gali. I don't know I don't know driver and the French driver. So Overtaker, it's from SE. Don't know. I don't know SI. So and Overtaker finished P3 in front of Gali, and then we have Paul and Toby in front of Matic. Sorry, but what happens here? Maybe a little or a big mistake from Matic, and this brings Toby on P6 6 again. Sorry, this was German. But what do you think in German? 6 is 6, not the doing but the number. And then we have Rünkjanen on P8, so he could win 8 or 10 positions, so congratulations. Patrice de Rijk on P9 in front of Kendall Slater on P10. Then we have Fabian Radek, Andy Winters and Steven Archibald. Jeffrey Van Buren on P14 in front of Giacomo Besana. Then we have Jorbe Van Hoyle. And I think he's a little bit disappointed with P16. But I think also Vukasovic is not really happy with P17. Then Roland Jordan and Barabas, the two Hungarian who did a great fight at the end. Followed by Robert Smith. Voila. what is this? Then Hammerlund, followed by Chapman, Risk on P21, Lenormand, P22, Mihaly, Svenningsson, Lennon, Hamza, and Yaru. And this was a quite interesting first race. Little bit of action all the time, but okay, it is Barcelona, and this is a really, let's say, interesting course or track. So I think it's totally normal that, especially when the driver didn't know each other, and on such a hard track, it's totally normal that there are some problems. So, and here we see the final result: Vermeulen in front of Hürjans, then Overtaker, really close in front of Gali, then Paul Fiedler, Toby on P6. I think he's a little bit sad too, cause I'm pretty sure that he might be able. I'm not sure if this is the correct saying, but he should be able to win P3 today. So yeah. I think he is a little bit sad. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have some interview guests today. The last time we only have Toby and maybe Chris Egert. Yeah, I think we call it a day, and let's say good night. Next week we are seeing each other in America. So I think next week we are at the Circuit of the Americas, yes. So yeah, we are looking forward for an interesting race in Kota. And then, yeah, let's say good night and... Oh no, not good night. So hello McQuiz. I think this is Chris Egert.
Hello. Yes, that's me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you are more happy with the result of the race than Toby is, because you could win some places. I'm not sure if it's 8 positions. Did you start P16 or P18?
I thought it was the P18.
Yes, then you could win 10 positions, so congratulations.
4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Or 11 places?
No, I have the grid in front of me. I'm trying to count.
Just wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10.
19th, I think, maybe even. Hard to tell, because there was an empty grid spot. But yeah, I got pretty much the maximum result out of the pace that I had. Managed to avoid other people. And it's good.
I have started from P19, you're right. So, fantastic job. So better than I thought. No, more worse than I thought. Yeah, but
Yeah.
a great race, and yeah, like you said, I think you could avoid all the crashes, especially at the start of the race. It was a little bit hard. Uh, I just
I
saw some cars.
I just found the culprit in that one
Yeah,
in the replay. It was then Aries
I think
who
there were
hit
more
the
than.
Ferrari in front of him, and
Ah,
the
okay.
Ferrari went flying into everyone else.
Ah, okay. This was the problem. Okay. Yeah, and Toby has a big problem when he tries to get in the pits. Uh, so
Uh,
there was a car standing, no, not really standing, but they are braking so hard that he couldn't brake hard enough and pushed the other driver.
I'm
Um,
trying to find which lap this might have been.
I don't know. We saw it
Ah,
in the.
I did. I found it at the end of lap 17.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what McLaren was doing.
yeah, it was a little bit crazy. Yeah, and so he lost P3, could get back on P6, but I think he's not really happy with this. I think he would be more happier, of course, with P3. But again, there's no way against Jared and Martin. And am I wrong, or is Jared getting faster every season?
Oof, hard to tell, really.
Yeah, but
He's
again,
always been an alien.
yeah, but if we are thinking about 2 seasons ago, there was Martin most of the times the faster driver, and or maybe Martin is getting slower. Maybe this is the problem. I just, I
Well,
just, I just, uh, not prepare. Oh God, I don't know the English word. Vergleichen.
last season, Martin was in the Mustang and is in the Ferrari now, and
And you
Jared
think
has been in the Ferrari pretty
all
much
the
ever
time?
since
Yeah, okay.
the Bentley lost the competitiveness.
But
So
2 or 3
more familiarity with
seasons.
the car.
But 2 or 3 seasons ago, Jared was in the Ferrari too. So, and Jared and Martin is driving Ferrari nearly in all other events I know. So I don't think that the Ferrari makes him slower. But maybe I'm not sure.
Could just be a matter of practice or
And maybe
how much focus they have on any particular day.
yeah, and at least it's something who makes the fight between these two interesting or more interesting. And let's see if there is someone in this season who can beat one of the two drivers.
Well, we need to have Konstantin showing up. I don't know if he even has signed up.
No, I don't think that he's has signed up because he's not part of the driver's card.
Well, then it's not very likely that
Yeah,
those two
yeah,
are
of
going to have
course.
much competition.
Yeah, I think so. No, there is no Camping in the driver's card. But okay, yeah, this was the driver who could beat one of them in the last race. I remember. Yeah, okay, but he's out of order, or not of order, but of the standing. So I think one of you have to do this. So maybe in Kota it's the perfect time next week. So we are looking forward. And
Now, with my car, I'm not going to be even anywhere near the podium, I think, unless some track really suits it.
yeah, but
I'm happy to get in the top 10 now.
but it's really interesting that you're changing your car every season. So
Uh, I, I mean, I'm paying for all those cars,
Yeah,
so
but
might as
why?
well use
But
them.
why are you doing this? Just for fun or for the diversity? I don't know.
Fun and diversity.
Ah, okay. So
And
of
part of the
course,
reason why I took the Lamborghini this time is because I have to miss some races anyway, so the championship position isn't important.
okay, and so you take the Lamborghini. So thank you for joining us here, and good luck for the next races.
Thank you for
And
commentating.
yeah, of course, thank you for saying thank you. And then we say good night. But before we say good night at all, I switch back to German and tell the guys what we are doing the next days. Am Freitag geht's weiter mit der Nordschleifen-Series bei den Jungs von SRN. Am Wochenende lehne ich mich zurück und gucke Le Mans. Und am Dienstag sehen wir uns dann spätestens wieder hier auf Kota. Bis dahin erstmal schönen Abend. Good night. Au revoir. Arrivederci and so on. And yeah, till the next time here with the Apex Online Crossplay Championship Season 6. So, good night.
Good night, everyone.